For thousands of years, people believed creatures like this were sea serpents. Sailors told stories of enormous monsters gliding beneath their ships, appearing without warning before disappearing into the abyss. Most of those stories were dismissed as myths, but they weren't entirely wrong. Hidden in the depths of the ocean lives a real animal so strange that even today, scientists struggle to understand it. It's called the oarfish, the longest bony fish on Earth. Yet despite its enormous size, it remains one of the most elusive creatures ever discovered. Most people will never see one alive. In fact, until the 21st century, no one had ever filmed one in its natural habitat. The deeper researchers look into the oarfish, the stranger it becomes. A fish with no scales, no swim bladder, no teeth, and a body so fragile it seems impossible that one could survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth. And yet it does. This is the story of the ocean's most mysterious giant. Oarfish are some of the most mysterious creatures lurking in the deep ocean. They belong to a rare family of fish called Regalicidae and are unlike anything else we normally see. These fish are known for their long, ribbon-like bodies. The giant oarfish, scientifically called Regalicis glesni, is the longest living bony fish on the planet. These fish can grow up to 56 feet long, the same length as a school bus, and weigh as much as 600 pounds. But despite their massive size, they are almost never seen. These silvery giants are sometimes called the king of herrings because of their faint resemblance to smaller herring fish. But their name, oarfish, comes from their long pectoral fins, which look like oars slicing through the water. Across the world, they've earned strange nicknames. On the Pacific island of Palau, people call them roosterfish because of their reddish, slender fin, and they were even featured on a stamp in the year 2000. Some also call them ribbonfish due to their flowing, slender shape. Unlike most fish, oarfish swim vertically in the water, making their appearance even stranger. Out of the 3 species of oarfish, each one seems more bizarre than the last. Alongside the giant oarfish is Regalicus russellii, known as Russell's oarfish, and Argostichthys parkeri, often called the streamer fish. These creatures live in the open ocean, from warm tropical waters to cooler temperate areas. However, spotting one is extremely rare because they stay deep underwater, far away from where most people can see them. What terrifies scientists the most about the oarfish is the mystery that surrounds its connection to natural disasters. In Japan, this fish has been part of folklore for centuries. One of its relatives, the slender oarfish, is even called the messenger from the sea god's palace. According to an old belief, if many of these deep-sea fish are spotted or wash ashore, it could mean an earthquake is coming. Shockingly, this idea has a hint of science behind it. The Japan Times shared that while scientists don't rely on fish behavior to predict earthquakes, there might be some truth to the legend. Kiyoshi Watatsumi, an expert on earthquakes at the nonprofit organization ePisco, explained why this might be the case. He said, deep-sea fish living near the sea bottom are more sensitive to the movements of active faults than those near the surface of the sea. It's a chilling thought, knowing these mysterious creatures could sense something we can't. In terms of looks, this creature doesn't have scales like most fish. Instead, its body is covered in a strange jelly-like layer. This skin shines with a silver mirror-like glow, thanks to a material called guanine. Its skin is so delicate that a simple touch can wipe away its layer. And those bumps on its body, they're called tubercles, another strange feature that adds to its strange appearance. Because the oarfish has no scales and very little calcium in its body, its bones and flesh are incredibly soft. You could take a standard steak knife and easily slice through a 14-foot-long oarfish as if it were butter. Unlike most fish that rely on a swim bladder to float and stay steady, the giant oarfish has none. This absence makes it one of the most mysterious creatures in the ocean. Instead of floating effortlessly, this massive fish must constantly work to stay in control. It rows through the water, using its long, bright red dorsal fin, which stretches along its entire back. This endless effort means the oarfish is always moving to fight the natural pull of the deep sea's crushing weight. If not, it would simply sink into the dark unknown below. What makes this even stranger is how it swims. The oarfish doesn't have an anal fin, nor does it rely on a tail fin like most fish. Instead, it glides through the ocean in a way that's almost hypnotic. Its body stays stiff while its flowing dorsal fin ripples in wave-like motions. This unique way of swimming makes it look more like a serpent than a fish. But perhaps the wildest fact yet is that the oarfish can perform an act of survival that's hard to believe. It can actually amputate its own tail. That's right. This creature has the ability to deliberately sever part of its body, either to escape from predators or to save energy. Scientists even suggest it can survive being cut in half because all its vital organs are packed toward its head. Another vital body part that's missing in the oarfish is teeth. Yes, its mouth is perfectly smooth. One expert even said you could stick your hand all the way down its throat without getting a single scratch. So, how do they survive without teeth? Instead of sharp teeth or hunting skills, the oarfish has an unusual way of feeding. It doesn't chase prey like most predators in the sea. Instead, it floats in the water in a strange vertical position, which we just covered earlier. Using special structures in its mouth called gill rakers, it takes in huge amounts of water. Surprisingly, it's not swallowing fish or anything big. It filters out tiny bits of food like plankton, krill, and small crustaceans, leaving everything else behind. This gentle feeding style is worlds apart from the terrifying image of a sea monster. Before 2001, no one had ever seen a live oarfish in its natural habitat. It was like something out of a sailor's tale, a creature people only whispered about. But in 2001, everything changed. U.S. Navy personnel were checking a buoy in the waters of the Bahamas when they captured something incredible on film. For the first time, a real live oarfish was caught on camera. Seeing it alive solved mysteries that had been there for centuries. This creature had captured the imaginations of sailors for centuries. They told spooky stories about giant sea monsters gliding through the water, leaving everyone wondering what they really were. But now we know the answer. Those sea serpents were oarfish all along. With their long ribbon-shaped bodies and delicate flowing fins, they look like something straight out of a myth. So which of these oarfish facts surprised you the most? Also, do you have other creatures you believe have qualities and characters that are beyond normal? Feel free to share in the comments. Now, leave a like if you've enjoyed the video, and make sure to subscribe to help support our channel. Goodbye for now.